Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. Here we are together again on the radio. You know, we have talked about fat chicks on this program many times, and as you know, we have discussed on the air about whether your daughter ought to be dropping a few pounds so she can meet a successful guy. We had that conversation on the air, and amazingly enough, we got a call from a guy who reminded me of something that I've recommended to you boys many times, but I really don't know if you've actually gone out and taken my advice. So, I want to talk about that. And that is, I have recommended to you, first of all, I know how hard it is to be 17, 18, 19 and get laid. It's difficult. Because girls your age generally date guys who've graduated college, who have careers, because that's what girls are looking for. How many of you went to the prom and saw your 18-year-old classmates, the females, come to the prom with a 23-year-old, 24-year-old guy? Somebody who's already graduated from a university, somebody who's already a lawyer or a doctor or some minor-level executive or something like that. Probably a lot of you. When you are that age, a lot of girls your own age don't want to talk to you. And I've given you various suggestions how to deal with that. The primary one being to date women in their 30s. Because they'll take it seriously. They will, or women in their 40s, they especially are available. Because they will take your interest in them as meaning that they've still got it. When in reality, all you're looking for is an available vagina. But they will take it as a compliment. Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I've talked to 40-year-old women saying to me, "Yeah, well, I hear you talking about women on the air all the time. Yeah, I dated a 21-year-old. And you know what? He was very appreciative. He really liked me. I still got it." No, it's just the 21-year-old can't get laid. And he realized that if he picked up a 40-year-old, he'd get easy access, and that she would believe that it actually means she's still hot. And she's not as hot as she wants him to think he thinks. She's not. He's using you as a kind of as they talk about in baseball. I love baseball analogies. Kind of a middle reliever. You know, you're just there to throw the middle couple of innings until the closer comes in. That's it. Frequently, aging starters end up doing that role. In baseball, you know, like guys who are 35 who can't throw 9 innings or 8 innings or 7 innings anymore. They become the middle reliever. And girls, that's what you are when you're 40 and you've been doing a 21-year-old. Don't think he's in love with you or that he would ever marry you or that he would ever take you seriously. He wouldn't. So that's one of the things I've recommended to you. And the other, and this is the one I want to talk about this hour, is I have recommended to you that, just like a relief pitcher in baseball who every once in a while has to get up and throw a few warm-up tosses out in the bullpen, and he may come into the game and he may not, you have to keep that arm loose. You have to keep the pipes flowing. And so I've recommended to you that if you can't get laid, there's nothing wrong with making a late-night visit where no one can see you to the apartment of your local fat chick. No shame in that at all. We've all been there, okay? That is where you, like I always say, and I know that some of you are disgusted by this analogy, but I like to use it. As I always say in this program, and for those of you who haven't heard it, let me just update you on this. I just recently came back from a trip to Europe, and I stayed in some of the finest hotels. I mean, 5-diamond hotels. And when you go into every lobby of every beautiful hotel has a restroom. Let me tell you, I was in Madrid, Barcelona, San Sebastian, Spain, and may I tell you, I was in some of the most luxurious hotels. And in the lobby, there's always a couple of restrooms. Now, when I'm hopping on one leg because I've been drinking too much mineral water or booze or whatever, and I need to get to the restroom, how convenient is it if I'm drinking in the lobby bar, and then I just shuffle on off to the men's room in the lobby of these 5-star resorts? Head in there. When you go to the bathroom there, I'm going to tell you something. It's spectacular. I mean, the lighting, perfect. You know, there's some bathrooms you go in, they've got that garish fluorescent lighting, like a Jack in the Box, for example. Great food, but the bathroom is not lit to your liking, generally. Now, I wouldn't do my makeup at the Jack in the Box bathroom mirror, okay? I don't wear makeup, of course, but, you know, ladies, I'm talking to you. But you go in there and you look great, and they've got colognes and mouthwashes and everything spread out on the counter in there, and literally linen towels. I mean, the toilet paper is like sandpaper in Europe, but when you go into one of these luxury hotel bathrooms, they've got linen towels in there, frequently warm. They just came out of the dryer, freshly folded. You go to the bathroom and the urinal is spotless. Everything clean as a whistle. And when you get out of there, you feel like $1 million. You were in this beautifully lit room, perfectly painted walls, beautiful, tasteful porcelain fixtures. You wash up. Your face looks about as good as it can because the lighting is perfect. You wash up with some French Mill soap. They don't call it French Mill soap, by the way, in France. They just call it soap. You wash up with some very fancy, beautiful soap. Use some of the cologne. Swish around a little mouthwash. Dry off some of those linen towels in there. You come out, you feel great. There's nothing like that experience. When you need to go, that's where you want to go. But you know what? Sometimes I haven't been sitting at a 5-star hotel lobby bar where I can shuffle off to the 5-star hotel bathroom in the lobby. Sometimes I'm, well, let's just say I'm a passenger in a car because I would not want to be drinking and driving. Let's say I'm a passenger in a car and I am sucking down a few brews out on I-15. And I decide I'm going to wind into the 76 gas station bathroom. Because, you know, when you take in 6 brews, you got to let out 6 brews. That's the way that works. And you pull in and, well, let's just say that they haven't taken a rag to this room in some time. Now, you're not going to say to yourself, you know what, I'm not going to go to the bathroom until the next time I get to Barcelona. Now, you're in Barstow. And for those of you who don't live in Southern California, Barstow is kind of the turning point. You leave L.A., you head east on the 10 freeway until you get to the 15, and then you head northbound a little bit, and it's kind of almost, in many people's minds, like the halfway point on the way to Vegas. Barstow, California. And Barstow, I don't know if anybody actually lives in Barstow, but it's Kentucky Fried Chicken and McDonald's and Burger King and In-N-Out. And, of course, it's Exxon and Mobil and Arco and 76. It's gas stations. It's convenience stores. It's motels. And so when you're heading out to Vegas, you might stop off at a gas station in Barstow. But I must tell you, when you go into that bathroom, you really do wish they'd swabbed it down a few times. Or you hope they haven't run out of paper towels when you go in there. Or you don't even, like, sit on the... Imagine if you had to do number 2, okay? And there you are in the bathroom. You don't want to sit on that toilet seat, right? You just kind of squat over it and hover over it. And if your aim is a little off, you don't care because it's the next person's problem. Now, what I'm saying is this. You always want to be in the lobby bathroom of the Palace Hotel in Madrid. That's where you want to be. But if you have to go, and you can't be in Madrid, you're going to stop by the Chevron station. You're going to go, you're going to ask them for the key that's attached to that brick, and you're going to open the door, and you're going to feel that stench. It's going to hit you like a punch. It's going to hit you at about 50 paces. You're going to walk in there with numbers scrawled on the wall and fluorescent lighting, and half the fluorescent bulbs are out, and you're going to, just stand about 6 feet from the urinal. And you're going to hope for the best. And even if you miss, you don't care. The place is already a mess. My point is that just like with bathrooms, you know what? You'd like to meet a woman who is the equivalent of the Palace Hotel in Madrid. That's where you want to be. Yeah, you would love to be feeling a 5-star resort under you. You know what I'm saying? But every once in a while, you can't be at a 5-star resort. Every once in a while, you got to go. And so you go for a woman who's the equivalent of a Chevron station. We're a 76 station. You know, they don't clean the bathrooms all that often, and the lighting is not that good. But here's the deal. You're in Barstow. Nobody even knows you went into that filthy bathroom. The next person you meet will still shake hands with you because they will not know you use that same hand to turn the faucet on in the men's room there at the gas station. They won't know. Period. So what I'm trying to say to you is you have to, of course, you'd like to be with 5-star chicks. You'd like to be with women who are 10s. But every once in a while when you don't have one, you need a 3 or a 4. You want to get the highest number you can, but chances are what you're going to get is a girl, as they always say, the girl with the pretty face. You know, the girl we're talking about. You have such a pretty face. That's the... You know what? One day we should do a whole topic about the sentence that is not a complete sentence. Because when you say, you have such a pretty face, the end of that is not a period. It's ... That's what comes to the end of that phrase, okay? Because the whole sentence goes like this. You have such a pretty face, but you are fat. That's the whole sentence, but no one ever says the whole sentence. They only say the first part. So what I'm saying is what you need to do is you need to find the girl with the pretty face. You need to find the girl with the good personality. You need to find the girl with the good personality who leaves her ringer turned on at night, so when you are drinking late at night, and you do need to go very, very badly, you can call up at midnight or 1 o'clock, say, hey! You got to do a Pat O'Brien on her. Hey, how you doing? Please say yes. You know, you kind of do one of those. And then you kind of, you show up there, you ring the buzzer downstairs. None of your buddies live in this building, I hope, okay? They're not going to see you at midnight. You go up there. Come on, every once in a while you got to stop in at the old Chevron station, baby. Don't worry, you'll be back to the hotel in Barcelona, but in the meantime, you got to go behind a bush. Not kidding. So I've recommended that to the boys, and I'm wondering now how many of you have taken this to heart, okay? I generally think this applies to the guys who are anywhere between 17 and 25 years old, okay? After 25, the girls realize the clock is ticking. And so after 25 years old, they will start to talk to you when you're 25 and they're 25, you're 27, they're 27. Oh, yes, now they like you. Now you're starting to look pretty good. But hopefully by the time you're 25 or 27, now your career is getting going, you've got your college degree, you're a professional of some kind, you're making some bucks. Now you don't have to talk to the 27-year-old girl, because guess what? The 18-year-old girl, who was 6 when you were 18, she's now legal. Now you can have her. But what I'm saying is, you boys who are somewhere between 18 and 25, 18 and 26, something like that, you guys have gaps. You have times when, you know, there's a Saturday night unfilled or a Friday night unfilled. Things are just not coming together. You go to a bar, every chick shoots you down, nothing is working, and there you are like stranded. And I've said, you know what? Go for the fat chick. Just don't tell anybody. I want to know how many of you boys have done this recently. Have you taken my advice? Have you done it more than once? Do you do it regularly? Do you have fat chicks that you hit regularly? Have they ever fallen in love with you? Have they ever, believed that you were not just there because they are human urinals, but that you actually like them somehow? Okay. If that's you, I want to talk to you.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM.
Well, break it down for me.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-866.
I'm a fairly new listener. I've been listening for about 6 months now. I love the show from day one. I've been hooked. I'm like a drug addict.
The Tom Leykis Show.
It's the Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. All right, I told you boys to use the fatties. Have you done that? James on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
How you doing, Tom?
Doing okay.
Hey, yeah, that's a pretty good technique, once or twice, maybe a week. You're in a slump or whatever, you go out to the lobby, lob a couple salt blocks out there and reel them in, man. It's all good. Absolutely. Whatever they can get a salt lick on or a sugar cube. We're in good shape.
Now, let me ask you a question. Now, you've done this. Do they ever, are they ever fooled into thinking you actually give a rat's ass about them?
Well, you want to tell them what you want to tell them what they want to hear, of course. But at the end of the night, it's wham bam, thank you, ma'am, and let me scram. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I think they're in denial. I think they tell themselves that you love them, or that you might love them, or that this could turn into something. Of course, you sometimes these girls, you eventually run into the scenario where they say, "Why don't we ever go out? How come I never met your parents?"
You want to be nice to them. It's the only way you can get them to pay for the date.
Right, exactly. Well, yes. You want them to pay for the date because they can eat.
Yes, sir.
Are you kidding me?
Can you take me out three-way with a bonghead, a fart, and a flush?
Here you go, James. Oh, yeah. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. It's Nick on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
How you doing, Tom?
Doing okay, Nick.
How's it going?
It's going great. So are you knocking it out with a fatty?
Oh, yeah, it's great, Tom. I've known this one for about 4 years now. It's awesome. Every once in a while, I call her maybe once a month, once every other month. When I'm not getting any from the sluts at the bar, and you know how we do it. And basically, I don't know, it's funny. I call her up. She tells me that she loves me, and she thinks that everything's going to be, getting married and all this. I just play along with it and tell her, and she'll meet me at the bar and buy me drinks, and it's awesome. I mean, none of my friends know about it. I mean, it's totally secluded, and, it's perfect. It's just funny, buddy. I love it, dude. It's great. She plays the game, and I just feed her what she needs to hear, and she just goes along with it.
That's not what she wants you to feed her, I'll tell you what.
What's up?
That's not what she wants you to feed her.
What does she want me to feed her?
You name it.
Yeah, I know. She wants donuts and whipped cream and all kinds.
The takeout menu. Now, let me ask you this, Nick. You've been doing this chick for a while. Does she ever, get fooled into thinking that maybe you care about her?
Oh, I'm sure she probably thinks that I care about her. I think it's funny, but I don't give a about the girl.
Oh, look at you. So, when do you show up? Do you show up any time of the day, or is it late at night when you're in need? How does that work?
Oh, I don't ever show up anywhere. She always comes to where I'm at. I don't ever have to drive or anything.
She'll show up, and is she one of these that you can call any time and she'll just come over?
Oh yeah,
always available.
I moved about 6 hours away from my normal house, and she was driving up there. If I called her, she would drive up there. She'd leave on a Friday, drive up there and stay all weekend, and I'd send her home, and she wouldn't come up for another month or so. It was awesome.
So there was never any risk that you'd be seen in public with her or anything?
What's up?
There was never any risk that you'd be seen in public with her or anything?
Oh, no, not at all. No one even knows. It's totally secluded. It's funny.
Look at that.
Great. She thinks, all this stuff about how whatever. She bought me a dog. She's bought me, beers.
Oh, she buys you stuff, too.
Oh, she buys me all kinds of stuff. Pays for gas. I'll call her and tell her to come over, and she'll pick me up food on the way over, and, come over, and she'll bring me more beer or whatever.
I'll bet she knows the good food, too, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Really? She knows all the good places.
Oh, yeah. It's awesome.
Imagine if she could hear you right now.
Oh, I think it'd be funny. I don't even care.
And she'd probably still show up. You don't even care if she hears.
Oh, no, I don't even
care.
Who cares? I would still show up. I'd just be like, oh, well, I was making a funny phone call. Deal with it, She'd be like, oh, okay.
Okay. What would you like me to bring you to eat tonight?
Yeah, exactly. Tell her, be like, hey, just meet me at the bar. Buy me a couple more beers. A couple more, and you might look somewhat decent.
How much do you have to drink just so you can get the job done?
I usually don't call her until I at least have 12 in me, that's for sure.
Really?
She's at least a 12-er.
Oh, baby. That's bad. And pretty soon you're going to be fat if you keep drinking 12 beers to get laid. Oh, boy.
Yeah, but I go to the gym, so it's all good.
Yeah, but I'll bet that's one address she does not have in her address book.
No, she doesn't have that address, that's for sure. She has the address of McDonald's and Jack in the Box. That's about all she needs.
Thank you, Nick.
Yes. Tom, take me out with the bong hit.
Here you go.
Thank
you, Tom.
1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. It's Alan on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
How you doing, Dad?
I'm doing okay, son. How are you?
Good. I just wish I knew you years ago.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, I made the mistake, but now I'm learning from you.
I'd have been able to go to Europe years ago if I had more listeners.
Yeah. Oh, man, but yeah, I'm doing a fatty now.
You're doing a fatty now?
Oh, yeah.
How'd you meet her?
Just going out to the club, you know.
Yeah. All right, and so was it her idea or yours?
Oh, mine, of course.
It was yours.
Yeah, I don't know if they told you, I happen to be married, too, so, you know, the pickings, you know, I got to be careful, so this one here, she, you know, does what I tell her, when and where and what and everything, so it's no problem.
Wow. Look at that. And so how does this work? You call her up late at night or you call her up anytime? How does this work?
The beauty of it is I usually work nights, so I'm available all day, and sometimes on the weekends while the wife's at work, so I'll call her.
Oh, wait a minute. I didn't hear you say you were married.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why I was saying I have to, you know, no choice but to go for the ones that I could, you know.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so you're married, and your wife works during the day?
No, she works at night. I work... No, she works during the day. Yeah, I work at night.
So you're home all day, and your fatty, is she busy?
Is she what?
Busy during the day? Does she have a job?
She does, but she can always get out from it. She does some office work. So,
I see.
Know.
So you do a little nooner with her or something?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
All the time? And where do you do it? You go to her place?
What I had to come up with, because, you know, listening to you being educated and all, I had to get the plan straight, and I told her that where my apartment complex is, there's mold down in there, so the building manager is putting me at the hotel.
Okay, so she doesn't know you're married?
No.
So you're lying to a fatty. You probably could have told her.
You know what? After I got in it, I was like, you know what? I could have, but I started it, and I had to continue the way it is. You know?
Oh, I understand. So what you do is you rent a hotel room. You tell her that your apartment is being renovated.
Yeah, and then the landlord, you know, puts me over here, and so I'm not there all the time. Just when I know I'm going to get a room, I'll call her. You know, and then in the
does she ever ask you why you're in a different room every time you're in the hotel?
Well, I tell them, you know, the hotel, they move me around whatever's availability. You're right about that.
I see. So she's been asking you all these questions.
Oh, yeah. She asked, why can I come over and this and that? And, you know, so I told her, you know, we can't go to my apartment because, you know, we got mold and stuff.
Right, got mold. Got to get that remediated. Yeah. So does she know your name?
Yeah.
All right, so you're hoping she's not going to, find out about, 1-800-US-SEARCH or one of those things?
I doubt it. No, because, I mean, she has no idea. I mean, she's just hoping that I can get back to my apartment safe and sound, you know what I mean?
Oh, she's worried. Do you tell her you're allergic to mold?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, I was so sick. I was so sick. I couldn't even have sex when I was in my place. That's why you can't come to my place. I'm heaving.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she cooks, everything. I mean, she feels bad for me because I give her the sob story all the time, how tired I am at work and all the stress and everything like that.
Stress, you're still recovering from the mold?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bad.
It doesn't even go beyond that. I mean, you know, there's no paperwork to rummage through around the hotel. There's, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's good, man. I mean, some of the listeners and other people I come across, they make fun of people, you know, doing the fat girls. I mean, once you're in the bed, man, it doesn't matter. And, you know, what counts is what you do for you. And
well, I mean, you do a fatty when you have no recourse. I mean, like I say, you'd rather be at the lobby bar at the hotel in Madrid, but you can't always be there.
Yeah, and, you know, Tom, she's not really that fat. She's, you know, pretty heavy, but the main thing about her is she's got also a glass eye. That, you know,
a glass eye?
Yeah, one of the eyes.
Does she ever pop it out?
No. No.
Just for entertainment sometime. You ought to ask her to do that.
Yeah, I invite a bunch of buddies over.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know, so that I had to kind of, you know, I try not to concentrate on that. But I mean, you know, self-esteem is very low. So basically, whatever I say, it's gold. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, it's working out great. I'm loving it.
Well, Alan, I'm glad to hear that you're out there with the fatty with the glass eye. That's
Thank you. And
you had to lie to her about your apartment having mold, and you had to take a hotel room.
Yeah.
Like a fatty with a glass eye is going to be worried about whether you're married or not. Come on.
No, I know. Well, this is my first one I learned, and I don't like paying for the room either, so I try to keep it at her house too. But every once in a while, I got a spring for her. But believe me, the next one for sure, I know exactly.
Yeah. What to do. It doesn't matter. You tell her anything.
Yeah.
She'll just be happy to have a little male company once in a while.
Hey, exactly, man. Yeah. Exactly.
All right, Alan.
All right, can you take me out of the bucket?
Here you go.
No cough.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM.
Getting married or having a girlfriend doesn't make you any less alone than you already are.
But you got someone in your bed, you got someone to, be with.
But you realize you could have someone different in your bed every night of the week. Every night could be a new adventure.
The Tom Leykis Show.
From Los Angeles, it's the Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. And as you know, I've recommended to you young boys out there who can't get laid to fill in some of those holes. Just use fannies. Well, you know, don't take them out or anything. No dating, no restaurants, no dinner, no gifts, nothing. Just go over there and, get the job done when nobody's looking. And I'm wondering how many of you boys have taken my advice here. That's what I wanted to find out. It's 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Daniel on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Dad, how you doing?
Doing okay, Daniel?
Long time, first time, Dad.
Thank you, son.
I got a girl right here, nickname Slobber Chops.
What is her nickname?
Slobber Chops.
I'm not hearing you.
Her nickname is Slobber Chops.
Slobber Chops?
Slobber Chops, yeah.
Oh, Slobber Chops.
Yeah.
Okay, and does she slobber?
Oh, like no other.
Really?
Yeah.
So how did you meet this girl?
Actually, my friend knew her. He's known her for a long time. I never, met her personally. Just pick her up with whoever's in the car. You could just pick her up, drive her around the corner. No word said, and she'll get straight to business.
Really?
Really.
Oh, so you don't even have to, be seen in public. You don't have to have dinner with her. You don't have to take her out to a movie. Nothing.
You don't even have to talk to her, Tom.
Really?
Really.
And she'll do anything you want?
Anything you want.
So how often do you avail yourself of this girl?
How often what?
How often do you nail her?
Well, it depends. How often are we drunk?
Now, does she ever get the wrong idea and say, hey, why don't we have dinner sometime or something like that?
Well, like I said, you don't really talk to her, so I don't...
So you don't even talk to... Do you know her name?
Yeah, Slobber Chops.
You don't even know her real name.
There's no need for that.
Oh, boy. Some people would say this is misogynistic. I don't know why.
Hey,
yeah.
You know what? You only live once, right?
That's right.
Oh, yeah, that's my story.
All right. Well, thank you. Say hi to Slobber Chops for me.
Can you take me out with a bong hit?
Here you go, Daniel. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. John on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
What's going on, Tom?
Not much, John.
How you doing?
Do you care?
I do, brother.
I'm doing great.
Glad to hear it. Well, basically, mine was a Pamela Anderson plus about 150 pounds, so I used some imagination to get it going.
Uh-huh.
I met her online.
She looks like Pamela Anderson if she weighed 150 pounds?
Plus 150 pounds. She's packed on.
Oh, plus 150 pounds. Yeah. So she's more like 300 pounds.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I had to use a little bit of imagination, dim the lights down, and there you go, Pam Anderson right on top of me.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so it was good. The only problem is she had her kid next to me in the bed.
Her kid?
Yeah, about 2 years old. So I had to keep it a little bit quiet, but I'd sneak in about...
He's probably the son of the last booty call.
Yeah, I had to sneak in about 1 o'clock, and then...
You are using rubbers, I hope.
Of course.
Jesus.
No other way.
That's so... bad enough that she's a fatty. She's a fatty with a kid?
Yeah. Never once ever took her out. Never once seen her any time other than between 1 and 3 o'clock in the morning.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was good.
Boy.
So, never spent one dime.
And does she ever say to you, how come we never go to the movies?
Nope. No, actually, I take that back. She did that a couple times. She did do that.
What'd you tell her?
I told her I was kind of busy. I had to work.
Oh.
So
I'm wondering if there's anybody who ever said, come on, look at you. I can't be seen with you.
Well, the greatest thing is sometimes there would be times where she could be coming back from a party and she'd have a couple of her friends over, and they were wanting to do the same thing. She's a little protective, but I had to step out of the bounds there, put her to sleep, and move on to the next room.
Really?
Yes.
All right.
Unfortunately, she was no Pam Anderson, but she would do.
She's more like Spam Anderson.
Yeah, exactly. So, that's my story, Tom.
Thank you, John.
Anytime.
Appreciate the call. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. It's Jason on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
You know I do this all the time. I can't believe I finally got in on this topic. My friends are going to call me cracking up because it's true. Every time I go out, my friends, they all pick the hottest chick there, and they all zero in on her, and none of them end up with her. And if I try and hook up with her and don't, I go straight for a fat girl, and I always leave with somebody.
Really?
You know you get that look. You've talked about it, Tom. Girls give you a look. It shows you that they're interested. If you're not getting that from the hot chicks, you will always... All you have to do is look at a fat chick, and she'll get so excited, she'll just come to you.
That's right.
I tell my friends I provide a service. I want to go out and get laid. If I'm not going to get laid, these other chicks who are dying to get laid because they're too fat for anybody else to hook up with them, I'll do it.
Have you ever gotten turned down by a fat chick?
You know, I can never think of a single time where I went after a fat girl and she thought she was too good. They are horny, Tom. They want a guy.
That's because they don't get any guys.
Exactly.
And the only way they get them is by tolerating your abuse and your neglect.
Exactly. You never exchange numbers. You don't even always get the name. They're happy. You're happy. It's a win-win.
Wow. Well, Jason...
That's pretty much all there is to it. It's a pretty simple strategy. Go for the hot chick. She turns you down. You're guaranteed a fat chick.
Sounds good to me.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
For people, it's more expensive. You're paying like 35 cents for the first minute, and then
Who the hell are you talking to?
I'm talking to Tom Leykis.
The Tom Leykis Show.
It's the Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Are you knocking it out with a fatty? Lindsay on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom. How are you?
Do you care, Lindsay?
I care.
I'm doing great.
Great. Well, I just have something to say. I'm a big girl, and I have guys calling me every night wanting me, and I turn them down all the time.
You do?
Yes, I do.
Why is that?
Why? Because I'm not a slut.
You're not a slut?
I'm not a slut.
Well, that's possible. I'm sure there are fat women who are not sluts. I think there's a lot of fat women who don't want to take their clothes off and be seen naked.
No, I have no problems with my body. I'm very comfortable with my body.
Yeah. Well, you understand, though, that the vast majority of fat women will give it up any day, any time, anywhere.
Well, that could be true, but that's not me.
All right, well, you're the exception to the rule. Do you object to guys who use fatties this way?
What was that?
Do you object to the guys who use fatties this way?
No. If a girl's going to give it up, you might as well go for it.
I agree with you. Jake on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
How's it going?
Great.
All right. I got a story for you, man. Probably about a year ago, I found this fatty through a couple of friends, and she started liking me, and I ended up nailing one of her friends, but I liked another one. So the fatty started talking to me and started smoothing me over, and I ended up banging her out, and she started paying for all my meals, letting me take her car, letting me use her house, basically letting me do whatever I wanted. And she helped me bang the girl, her best friend, that I wanted to bang.
Really?
In the first place. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. She let me go the first night, everything.
Are you serious?
I'm serious, yo.
Wow.
It was a crazy 2 months, and as soon as she lost her job, I had to get on out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I completely understand.
Yeah, Tom, that's all I'm saying, man. But take me out with a bong hit, and I love you, man.
Here you go, Jake. Yes, it's Mike on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Father.
Son?
I want to tell you about a girl that me and my buddy had at the house all the time after we got divorced.
Mm-hmm.
We used to call her the barrel. She was so big around, she was like a barrel. Anytime we wanted anything, we'd be sitting around the house drinking. Me and my buddy would go, hey, dude, let's roll out the barrel. We'd give her a call. She'd be over. She had a couple fat friends, and we had a hot tub at this house. And you put them underwater, you can't tell. You might have to add some water the next day.
That wasn't the only tub you had at your house.
No, it's true. Not the only tub. It's a problem. But I'm telling you, if you're single and you're having a hard time, just go for a fatty.
Just go for a fatty, baby. That's what Mike says. Our email address is my name. It's Tom at blowmeuptom.com. That's Tom at blowmeuptom.com.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.